at the Jim Hinkle by the dam. I'm going to show you this before I set that back up there. Got a guy named John down there. And you can see they got the rocks filled up with the chain down here, and the big flood that comes through like washed a whole bunch of that out. But anyway, I had a hold of a real big trout up here a minute ago. So I'll find my spot again. I'm gonna hang that there on my pot socket, give it a few casts and see if I can't get a hold of that big old guy. Big ones. I've been half bent over to get down there, but you got to reel it so fast with that water up in there, the spinner. But they love that spinner. Love it. Real careful because I went to Walmart and they didn't have any more of my mets. They had a bunch of rooster tails and they only had like 2 or 3 mets. I've been catching them on this. I got 4 on my stringer right now. Good old mets. Number 3. The number 4 works even better. I want to find another Walmart and have it. Everywhere in this stream here. Got any lights here? I'll show you the pull of trout up here in a minute and show you the 4 I got on the side of the stringer. You got to be careful casting. If you get back too far, your treble hook is sticking that chain link fence. You don't cast too good that way. That just happens. Got one. Not too bad. Get it back in the water. I'm not going to keep it. I'm looking for a bigger one. That ain't too bad. Little trout. Since I ain't got me one of them fancy GoPros, I'll have to find me a chain link fence chunk to bring with me so I can hang it off. Another one, did it? They're all over out there. There's another one I got there. better. I'm almost going to keep him. I'm going to wait because there was a bigger one than even than him out here. So I'm going to hit the kill there. Get him back out in the water. Nice one there. I'm hoping for one just a little bit bigger. My wife's gonna punch me for that. She wants to eat them. I got 4 of them on there though. Oh, I'm keeping this one. This is a nice one. Oh boy, that is because it was in the current. Because it was in the current, about the same size. Man, oh boy. Got him hung right at the end of the nose. Yeah, that was a hit right off the bat. Bringing it across that current. There's another one. I got another one on right now. It's almost like another cat can almost get one. Another rainbow. Real good. Hammer time for you. Glad for it. Not losing in the water. Hold on a minute, I'll show you. Yeah. I'm putting him on the stringer. And then I'll show it to you after I get him on the stringer. That last one on there, you can see he's a dandy. Get my knife on there. That's another nice one. Nice trout right there. Give you an idea how big it is. Got it on the camera's hanging on the wall there. I got one more I can keep now. thing is, I can't get down to the water to wash my hands off. Thank the Lord for a good old-fashioned hanky. I'm gonna try to get the next one I get. I got one more. You keep 5 in here in Arkansas. You gotta have a trout stamp and your fishing license, which I do. Boy, I really love this spot. There's a lot of, you catch your limit, you got the right bait, and just not too long at all. Going right out there off of here. We're going to drop the line. Oh, it came off right there. I should pause it just a couple minutes. I don't want you to get too tired of catching fish. I'll be back in a minute. That might be number 5 the way that feels. Oh, drop the current. Tell you what, that's fight this little thing. Oh, I can tell you that. Get it before it falls down in that creek. Yeah, great. That's my new. I used to be a largemouth bass fisherman. I tell you, I think I'd rather almost fish a trout any day, the way these rainbow trout fight. I'm gonna step up on this other side. Bigger trout there, but got another one. Another little one. They're everywhere. Here at the dam, there's certain places you can catch different places. I'm using a net with treble on the back of it. Different places, different bait, different live bait, plastic bait, different stuff. Here it's bait, live bait, or whatever you want to use here. And I'm eating the fish, so. There's another one. That's a nice one. Uh-oh, boy, howdy, that might be number 5. I think that's number 5. I'll show it to you here. Ooh, just 1 second. They get a hold of that thing. It almost can't hold it with one hand. I want to fall in the water. It don't look that big, but if I let go of that just a little bit, you can tell that's all from my middle finger all the way up to my elbow. That's a nice trout. But I'm gonna get that one on the stringer and let it come on the edge of the way. Well, he went flying right out of my hand. Oh, man. The bigger that was on camera. I mean, he went out and flickered. I left my other stringer at home. You see there ain't no metal end on there to hurry up and shove it through his gill. You got to jack around. I went off and left my metal stringer and my other stringer that has the metal end on it. And so I was actually took a picture. I'm gonna stop and breathe for a minute so I can catch all that fish. I had I started carrying a 12-foot Hinkle paracord in my pocket everywhere I go every day, and so I had that with me today. Well, the wall there. That is so crazy how they got that all hooked together. I'm gonna give it a couple more. That was a nice one too, boy. Oh, well, at least I got proof. Out of his mouth and called it right up to the water, right up to the edge there. Spinner got hung up on me there. I don't feel the spinner. Trouble got around to the end of the line. My old hook broke off of there. And on these maps, I'm going to show you. At the end of that, if I can hold it still, you see that little miniature keychain holding that hook on there? That wasn't on there. The regular hook is made onto the maps. And so I took my pliers and snipped it off because I wanted to save my jig, but I couldn't find them at Walmart. Bought a jig that had a swivel on it, and then bought a pack of treble hooks so I could save my jig until I get to a Walmart and find some more jigs. Sometimes it's almost as soon as it hits the water, they hammer it. When they get the current, they really feel like they got a big one on there. Hammering. Oh my Lord. That was a dandy and it came out of his mouth. Man, that was big. That's the second big one I've had a hold of. I'm talking, I mean, you can really feel it when you get into it. think I will get back down and check out the wife. Good thing to carry a pair of those pliers on your hip there too. It just amazes me how strong those trouts are. I mean, those things are just crazy strong. All his blood drained off me, you know. I got my 5. Left us get back down there and get the wife someplace. A little bit down the edge. I had those, that's a Gerber diesel. Flip them out. Really good pair of pliers I've had it for. Got the, I'm gonna fall off on a lake trying to show you about a tool here, or a river rather. Got the screwdriver on it. Fits the Phillips and straight. Got the flip it out, which is pretty nice. Got a nice blade on it. Let's see what else on the other side. Little screwdriver, a can opener, little pry tool on it, which is pretty nice, comes in handy. A file for sharpening hooks, I've done that before. And then of course you've got the old trusty little serrated saw blade. Not much of a saw, but more of a serrated, extra good knife blade. But, that when I carry that. Need to clean it after I got on the fish here, but anyway, oh, the Cabela's knife, really good knife. I like that Cabela's. I'm gonna take them, I'll pull them up and show them to you. I'll end the video. I don't think I can carry all that. Not I'll drop my phone in the water. I got my 5 trout on here. Couple nice ones there. But I eat them. I love to eat them. So I'm gonna take this off. See what I mean again by the rocks there. That's missing, but it's still pretty sturdy. I can walk across it. And stair stepped all the way up. And the fish hatchery back behind our head. They had a big flood, as you can tell, all far side of the dam over there, over by West Plains and that, back over yonder, closer to where we're at, over Norfolk Lake. So much water this time of the year, but definitely made for some good fishing. Got that fella down there on the bank. He's fly fishing. He's been out in there, caught several of them on his fly. But I'm gonna get back down with the wife, and I'd walk you back down the whole bank with me, but like I said, I got to carry them fish in all my gear, so we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna record back down this way. You can watch the pretty fun actually. I'll close it when I get down by this guy. I could stand there all day and catch them just for fun. Hey guys, he said enjoy those fish, man. I'm gonna pause when we get around the corner here because I got to fix my bootlace. Yeah, pretty nice mess of fish. A couple real nice ones on there. Turn that around for a minute. I said I was going to do a video on this, so I'm going to show you right now. Why not? We're in the middle of doing it anyway. That slide I made on my YouTube channel is right here. I laced my boot all the way up with how much cordage I want, put my knot in it, then I put my slide on it. Then I just laced my, it's so quick. Let's see if I can set that right. I don't know if you can see me do it from there. Anyway, that's about as close as you get. I ain't got, like I said, one of them things. Then I just spin it around, take it in there and I wrap it. 1, 2, 3. Then I pull it like that, snag it. I must have only did that one twice because the other one, if I do that 3 times, they stay. Come on, Don. Anyway, you can see the debris in the tree. I was going to show you that. I'm pausing for 5 seconds, but it really come a flood down through here, and I'll show you the top when we walk down this side because I got, this will be the furthest I ever came. And I did a couple other videos from here, but way back further up that way. This is the first time I ever come down to the dam. So I'm going to grab my gear and we'll head that way. All right. A few places the rocks and stuff's gone, so when you step, make sure, obviously, test it first, check it out. I already did, I came across it. But isn't that just crazy how they did that? Stacked the rock up inside the, and then wound that wire. Pretty cool, actually. It's been here for quite a while, I do believe. And that's just crazy, the stuff you'll see smashed over here in these trees and stuff as we walk by here. I got hung on a piece of bob wire coming in here. I got to be careful so I don't lose my jig and fall off in the river, which it ain't that deep, but it'll hurt when you hit the bottom for a couple minutes. But it's crazy, man. They got pieces of wood from a chair stuck up in there, just some old lattice and plastic, whatever else that is. But anyway, you got to be kind of careful. Of course, I've been climbing on this stuff since I was knee-high to a grasshopper with my dad over by, as I told you all before. But there's the fish hatchery now. It came across the water, did, and actually put all the fish in the water, I guess, flooded it all the way out. They're back in there again now. You zoom up on it, there ain't no thing here now anyway. The whole building was destroyed. But there's all kinds of trout in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, and then several more down here. Of course, there's a fence. They had that. You can see that big net over there, even in the sky. Keep all the birds out. They come to eat the trout. And you can, it just destroyed. Crazy. I mean, the whole, but you can sneak down those little spots. I've been doing it the whole way down the stream here, and I'll throw back up current. And then with the spin cast I got, works really good. Trying to keep up with the current in most places anyway. Some places it's going too quick, but the old fish hat, they're redoing the whole inside of that place. And of course there's some more tanks. One of them's empty, but more tanks full of trout there. Jim Hinkle, I love this place. I've done a couple videos about it, but I'm going to end this here directly. That's crazy, some kind of water's coming out of there, whatever that tower float in my water thingy is. Running down here. One more thing I'm going to show you up here. Man, usually that fence is up here so you can't walk up by this edge, but as you can see, it tore the air conditioning unit and everything off the side. There's so much water coming down through here. That's a lot of water. Everything, the old concrete pilings, and just really smashed it at a loop. I figured I'm just going to walk here. I could be closer to the edge, but There's one more spot I wanted to show you. That water flows in from the dam on the far side up here. It does a loop, comes around, then flows back towards us. It goes underneath right here, back into the river again, and they use it for the trout farm. Isn't that so beautiful? Hope you guys don't mind a little of the same thing. Different view because more water. Just so beautiful down through here. I really love it. I'll show you the rock one more time once I get down here. This is one of my favorite spots, and then I'm going to end the video. Here we are. Man, zoom that a little. I love this. I already did it, but the water's way deeper today. I gotta set that log on top of the rock out there. Ain't that crazy? What's the chance of that? All right, I'm gonna get back down there to the wife. God bless. Hope you enjoyed the video.